welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at shirts and tops. Now, I prefer a more fitted top. So as you can see here, this top that I've got on now, it's from a company called Marks. They just make really good high quality t-shirts. And this is just really simple. It's in my favorite color. See how it's actually just very simple, quite fitted. I wouldn't say it's tight or anything, but it's just slim fitting. And what I find with this is by having a very simple top, then it can then showcase the pants. So it's opposite to the pants. So I'm going more and more to a high neck. Trini Woodall, she actually says it magnificently when she talks about a messy neck. When there's too much going on here, there's skin and fabric and jewelry, and it's all too much. So I find just by keeping it simple, it actually means that this is just one block. And then it means that I can then maybe show off the bottom part or show off something else. And what I find is it actually just draws the eye to my face and it actually lifts everything up. And by actually having this haircut as well, everything just gets lifted, which is very important when you actually go down the path of life, as Trini would say. I love this colour. It's a very unusual colour for me, like an azure blue. I actually found this top and it is actually Country Road and I found it in a consignment boutique. It's something very unusual for me, but when I saw it, I just thought, oh, that's beautiful. It's linen, it's Country Road. I know the quality is really good. So it's actually designed to be this way. So if I were to wear it this way, it would be a little bit lower at the front, which would give me that problem of that messy neck. So what I actually do is I turn it around and then I actually make it high neck and then the buttons are down the back. I'm going to try it on for you now and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the top here. As you can see, it's a little bit higher at the front than what it is at the back. And I always remember what my mum said, that everyone focuses on the front. The wearer focuses on the front, but people looking at you will also see the back. And so I actually really like this because it gives a little bit of interest at the back. So what I do is I actually then just tie it in a knot, and then that way it pulls everything in at the waist. So it actually gives me a nice feminine silhouette. It gives me a little bit of volume. I do actually love these dramatic sleeves. Keeps everything quite high. But then there's not just the buttons at the back, but there's just a little bit of skin showing at the back. So what I've done here is I've tied it in a knot and then I've actually buttoned it up. So that then secures that all down. So rather than doing a double knot, which just creates a whole lot of bulk there, it actually then guides everything down. Because I do find sometimes when you tie those knots, they can end up going to the side, which is not really the look that you want. So by actually buttoning it, it then takes everything down and it just keeps it a lot more streamlined. The classic Breton top, you just can't go wrong. I remember when I was 21, I actually picked up a Vogue magazine and inside it had 20 must-have items. And one of those was a Breton top. And I've actually got 3 Breton tops. This is just one of them. The other 2 are jumpers and I will show you those in a later video. But yeah, you just can't go wrong with them. It just works because it works. It is universally flattering on everyone. This particular top was from Uniqlo. It's a really good quality cotton fabric. This was actually the extra small. It was the smallest size that I could get. And it does actually look very shapeless right now. So there's a few things that I can do now to make it more flattering. So one of these is actually an elastic hair tie. So what I do is I actually just make a little knot at the back. I don't actually have enough fabric to do a complete proper knot. So I just help it along with this elastic and then I just tuck it up there. I could have actually done that at the front. That would be fine as well. But that way it just gives a little bit more of a feminine silhouette, and then just some elastic bands here and putting them here, and you just kind of like move everything up. So it does actually give that really relaxed look. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of oversize. I prefer things to be fitted. but this is just the way the top came, and I have been looking for so long for a really good quality Breton top to replace the one that is about to be retired. And this was the best that I could find, and I knew that the cotton was a really good quality. If I could have gotten a smaller size, I would have. But anyway, this, I think it's designed to just be a little bit more oversized. So you can see here, just by doing a little bit of styling and then showing a little bit of skin, it does actually make it a little bit more flattering. So it sort of gives it a little bit more of a feminine aspect to it rather than shapeless as it was before. But yeah, Breton top, you can't go wrong. High neck, I actually prefer the style that has a little bit of white here rather than the stripes going all the way up. And then here it's a slight boat neck, but high neck, really simple, and that is universally flattering. And when anybody sees this, they straight away, your eyes go, oh yeah, I know what that is. And it just works. It's a really nice, relaxed top. So another lovely top from another Australian brand called Q. I bought this in a consignment shop, the same consignment shop that I bought that blue one from. And I really love this because it's a silk linen blend, so it's so lightweight. I can actually wear it in summer and I'm fully clothed, but I'm actually cool. It's just amazing. People will say to me, aren't you hot? And I'm like, no, I'm not at all. So even though it's really sheer, it does actually have an extra lining on the torso. And I did the same thing with this one, is that I turned it around. And so you actually just have like an interesting look at the back. It did come with gold buttons, and I don't really like gold, so I switched them over for these ones. But this is just a magnificent top. It was actually a size too big, so I did take it to the tailor just to get it reduced because it was just a little bit too much otherwise. So they just tailored it down and made it fit. But I just love this top. It's just fantastic. I wear it a lot, and because it's just a white top, it goes with so many different pants, and I've had so many compliments whenever I've worn this. So this is one of the few tops that I have that are patterned, but I just really love it. I've had it for years. It's by a company called Jag, and I got it super cheap on a sale, and it's all cotton. It's just really nice. It's like a blush pink with black and white. So it's really versatile. It goes with a lot of different things. Just a collared shirt. So I could actually tie it all the way up. But I think when you've actually got this collar, a gentle V just seems to be okay. I find that I can get away with that. So what I do with this is, rather than tucking all of the fabric into the pants or the skirt, which can then, create crinkles, and it does actually create bulk, what I prefer to do is then just tie it at the waist, and then I do the same thing here, just one knot, and then I button it, and then this just drapes really easily. So what you can do here is you can have it long length, that would be fine, or you can then just get your elastic band and then just bring it up here. There's a few variations of what you can do, just depending on where you want them on your sleeve. But this is such a relaxed and comfortable top. It's just so lightweight, but it's really good quality too. I've had it probably for about 15 years. I don't wear it that often, but I don't really want to get rid of it either, because when I do wear it, it's a great top and it's classic. It'll always be able to be worn. So this top here is a hibiscus top, and even though I bought them separate to the pants, they are actually part of a set. So both of them I got on special. Let's just assume I get most things on special. I rarely pay full price for anything. So this is a really great top, and the first time that I went to wear it, I thought, oh my goodness, it's see-through. I can't wear that and see everything underneath. And I really didn't want to pay any more money on it to do anything with it. And then I remembered that I had this singlet, which is actually a pajama top, and nobody needs to know, except now you know because I've just told you. But anyway, I just wear this underneath, and then it's completely modest, a little bit like with this top here. The torso is then all covered, even though it is actually really sheer. So I'll just try that one on for you now. So here it is on, and I've done the same thing again. I've just put it in a knot and then buttoned it up here. So rather than putting all of that bulk into the pants, just by gathering it all up, it just is a really good solution to give you that shape without actually adding bulk and wondering what you're going to do with all this excess fabric. The sizes of Country Road are very generous. I do think I probably could have gone down a size, but anyway, I've got it now, so that's fine. Just probably keep that in mind if you are looking. Look at the size guide, and that's probably the best indication as to what would suit you, because Country Road sizes are quite generous. But anyway, I really love this top, and it goes really well with these pants. It actually looks like a suit when I've got them all on together. And comfortable, really good quality. Even now I can still feel the firmness in the fabric, and I think this is something that I will have for years and years. So even though I've never really been much of a fan of collared shirts, I'm sort of coming around to them a little bit more, because I do see how they are actually classic and they do give everyone a really good flattering look. My new favourite type of shirt, and that is the shirred top. I think this is just perfect for me, because I'm always trying to create more of a feminine silhouette, because I'm really just quite so straight up and down. What I really love about the shirred top is that it's like a comfortable corset. Because you've got this shirring here, it just automatically cinches everything in and defines the torso, and then comes down to a waist. And most of them actually have a little bit of drama in the sleeves, which I've really come around to more and more, that I can see how flattering this is. It's fairly modest, you know, it does show a little bit of skin, but not too much. It certainly doesn't show anything that you don't need to see. I really love this one. This one's from River Island, and it's got a little bit of a peplum to it as well. It is unusual for me to have a pattern, but I do find that most of the peplum tops come in with a little bit of a pattern, which I can manage, and that's okay. But yeah, this is just a really fun top. I have worn this a lot, and it just goes perfectly over pants. I tend to wear it with my orange linen pants. Just seeing it for the first time with these ones, I didn't really realise that they could work with these as well. But yeah, shirred tops are just the way to go for me. So this top here is actually from Boohoo. It was part of a set, so it came with a skirt as well. The top was originally cropped, and I thought, oh no, I'm not doing cropped. No way, that's my gift to the world, is covering this bit up. So once again, I took it to the tailor, and then she took a little bit of length off the skirt, which I thought, there's no way I'm ever going to wear that. That was just fabric. And then she put a peplum on here. I haven't actually worn this out in public yet. I'm going to have to be really brave one day, but I think even wear something like this, something really plain, and then this is the piece of drama. But what attracted me to this was it was the peplum, the colour, and the sleeves. I just thought it was, and also the shirred. I keep saying peplum, but the shirred and the colour, and I just thought it was a really fun top. So maybe on a fun summer's day, I could wear it. Another really good workhorse in my wardrobe. So this is a shirred top. This is by an Australian brand called Forever New. So it's white, cotton, really good quality, fairly modest, tiny little bit of a peplum, high neck. It just ticks all of the boxes. So I wear this a lot with a lot of the pants that I showed you last week. It's a fantastic top. I've worn it with jeans, with pants, I've worn it to work. It's just amazing, and I just love it. It's just a really classic piece. And even though sharing is a trend right now, the reason that I'm buying so many is I'm making hay while the sun shines, because I know that this style is something that really resonates with me, and long after it's out of fashion, I know that it will still work for me personally. So trying all these tops on one after the other really helps me to realise that this one is probably a little bit more fitted than the other. Certainly not uncomfortable, but it's just a little bit lower down than the others are. And I'm pretty sure this was my first shirred top that I got. It's sort of like got a lilac and beige colour tone, so it's fairly neutral. Probably goes well with these pants as well. And it just goes a little bit lower down on the waist, which just gives that slight little tilt, I think. Once again, really good quality fabric, covers most areas. Obviously this bit's showing a little bit. I do find it hard to find a shirred top that goes all the way up. That Forever New one was probably the only one that I could find, but that's okay. I just have to go with what I find. But yeah, this is a great top, and I have worn this a lot to work. Everything gets covered up and I feel comfortable in it. I can do what I need to do, but I know that I'm actually still looking the same at the end of the day as what I did at the beginning. Here is from another Australian brand called Witchery. I saw it on the website and it was drastically reduced. I think I got it for a third of its original price. So it's sort of like a cotton linen, and it's called a bubblegum colour, which I just thought, yeah, sign me up. That's my colour. But this is so well made. It actually has some little bra straps here, so you can actually hook it onto the bra strap and it keeps everything in place. Just beautiful quality. So I'll just try it on for you now and then you can see. So here it is here on, as you can see, it's just that typical balloon style sleeve. And what I like about it is it does actually come up a little bit higher, so then I can leave my hands free so nothing gets in the way. But yeah, I really just love this shirred style. It just works for me. And I love this colour as well. Another style of top that I really like is the peplum. And this is sort of like got a peplum effect. So this is actually a Diane von Furstenberg top. She's famous for her wrap tops, and for a long time there I did actually have about 15 wrap dresses. I was just obsessed. But what I'm finding now is that I prefer separates and I prefer solid colours. So I've gotten rid of all of my Diane von Furstenberg wrap dresses. They were great for the time, but I've just moved them on. I've donated them all, and hopefully other people are wearing them now. I got them secondhand to begin with, by the way. I got them from the Real. I never paid full price for them. Anyway, I diverge. But I really like the peplum top because once again, it just gives that illusion of a waist. So this is a very subtle one. I do find with peplums, they come in and out of fashion, even though they always suit me. But I think I have to do it really subtly because it can look a little bit cliche. So I do find that with peplum, I have to sort of like appreciate what the peplum's doing without going berserk with it. And I do really like the effect that this gives. So what I find with the Diane von Furstenberg wrap tops and dresses is they can come a little bit low. So I have actually pinned this here, and that's what I used to do with my dresses as well. That was sort of one of the reasons why I was going away from it, because I just didn't like the messy neck that it was giving me. Anyway, so this is actually a Diane von Furstenberg wrap top, and I really love it. And I wear it with these navy pants and then my red shoes. So the pants are cropped. It's just such a fun outfit, and I wear that quite a lot to work, and it really makes me feel happy whenever I wear it. So this is another top from Country Road. It's a silk blend, another one that I bought for less than full price. But what I really like about this is just the attention to detail. The fabric is just beautiful. It's a lovely pastel colour, and I thought the lilac was just a little bit unusual. It's not something that I wear that often, but I thought, why not? It's still a pastel, so I could get away with it. I really just like this thick cuff here. It just helps to accentuate the puff and then just gives a little bit of separation between my hand and the puff. Beautiful fabric covered buttons. It does have a little bit of a V-neck. I tried swapping it around, but it just didn't work. It's designed to fit this way. So I do have a little bit of a V, but it's okay. It's just sort of like a gentle V. It's not too much. But yeah, this is just a really lovely top. It was a little bit generous. I actually had to go down 2 sizes just to make it fit me because it was just so much fabric. And as I said before, I've never really been much of a fan of oversize. I just prefer things to fit right rather than being oversized. I think because I am more on the smaller size and I just don't like feeling swamped by my clothes. I like to feel that I'm coming out of my clothes, that I'm the hero, rather than the clothes being the hero. And I feel like when there's too much fabric, I just feel swamped. And because I'm just more of a shy person as well, I just always feel like I want to be a little bit more prominent than my clothes being what's prominent. Anyway, so yeah, this is just a really nice top, and then once again I just tied it at the back, and then that just gathers everything in here, and I just tuck all the fabric up so the fabric isn't going down into the pants or into the skirt, which is always something that I'm conscious of. I just don't like to have any extra bulk down here, whereas I feel like if I tuck it all up neatly, then I can just kind of manage it a bit more here, and especially if it then gives the illusion of a waist. So we always hear about the classic white shirt, and I really rebelled against that for quite a long time because I never really felt that collared shirts suited me. I think because when I was first starting work in my early 20s, and I always felt that wearing shirts made me feel very officey and like someone who I really wasn't. So I kind of associated white shirts with office and work and being very formal and having to put on a persona. So for a long time, I just never really wanted that. I wanted to express myself a lot more. But more and more, I'm seeing that a classic white shirt really does work. So I actually bought this shirt in Prague in 2018. And it's a classic white shirt with a difference. It's got all these encouraging sayings on it. I call it my Go Girl shirt. So if ever I really need to be a little bit encouraged, say if I'm going to a work situation, I wear this shirt. It's got lots of fun things like, it will be okay, get it girl, follow your dreams, it'll all be okay. And yet it's all really subtle, like you really have to look closely to see all of these sayings, but I know that they're there, and it just gives me a little bit of courage. So I really do like this shirt. It's quite short, so there's not a lot of fabric to play with when it comes to the tying. I do have to pretty much tie it really close to the waist and then do 2 little knots because there's not enough fabric to even button it up. But it does work okay. I could even tuck it in, but the problem with tucking it in is because there's not a lot of fabric, you run the risk of it coming out, which I think looks sloppier. And I think it's probably easier to just tie it at the waist and then you're one and done. So when it actually comes to the sleeves, I've got this great little hack for folding the sleeves. So you just fold it up here, a little bit above the elbow, and then you fold it again, and then that just secures it. Then you bring the cuff back here, and that will pretty much keep everything in place. Or you can actually have it all the way down, buttoned, or just over once. You know, there's a few different options, but I really love this shirt. It's very thin cotton. I wouldn't say it's the highest quality shirt, but it does okay. I've already had it for about 5 years already, and it works really well. So this is my first classic white shirt in my mature years that I have embraced. So there are so many variations of a classic white shirt. This one here is from H&M. What I really liked about it was the deep cuff, had a little bit of shirring on here. The deep cuff just really sets the voluminous shoulders, and then there's a little bit of puffing here, which I do think that exaggerated shoulder then just gives you more of a feminine silhouette when you tie it in at the waist. So I've tucked it into the pants here, as you can see, or can actually pull it out and then do the normal tying in the front. What I really like about this top too, this shirt, is that it's got the darts, so it does actually give a little bit of shaping, and I think it is really quite well made. And once again, even though it does have a bit of a V, it's not too much of a V because it is actually so close here. Could even button it all the way up. If you want a little bit of interest, can actually even just have a little neck scarf. If you want to tie it around the neck, like this, if you just really want to jazz up. But I think a classic white shirt is exactly that. It's classic. There's a reason it's been around for a long time, because it just works. It's universally flattering. Just find the style that works for you. So all the little details that work for your body shape, for your lifestyle, that make you feel good. Make sure the fabric is comfortable as well. But yeah, classic white shirt. I'm on the bandwagon as well. So this is the last of my shirts for today. I found this in an op shop and it looks really nice, but it's just really uncomfortable. I'm really annoyed with myself because I did actually have a beautiful silk shirt quite a few years ago that was by Fendi, and it was beautiful. But what I found was, because of the button placement and because I used to wear it to work, I used to have to pin it in between here, and I just kind of ruined it after so many times of putting the pin in there that it just no longer looked really good. So I got rid of it. This is meant to be a polyester cotton, but it's really uncomfortable, and because it's an itchy feeling on my skin, I don't really wear it that often. So I am on the lookout for a maybe silk or a more comfortable fabric than this, because I do like the look of this top, but I just don't wear it very often. Once again, it's got the really deep cuff, which I just love that appearance there. Voluminous sleeves, it's got a lovely collar, and then because it's a little bit looser, yeah, I don't need to worry about the placement of the buttons. And I do really think that all of these details are important in a shirt, because if you have something that's too, pulling back and then you don't have the right button placement, it's just not a good look. So you kind of want to have a little bit more looser, but obviously not so loose that it's just voluminous and then you get swamped in it. But I do really like this colour, and I like the look of it. And once again, I just tie it here and it's just perfect, except for the fact that it's itchy. I don't know. So if you like my content and you would like to see more, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you join me, and please make a comment in the section below about which of my tops you like and which one of your tops you like. So let's just start the conversation, because we're all so different. We all have different shapes and sizes and lifestyles and tastes and interests and experiences. And I think it's just really good if we share all of this with each other. Obviously, I'm just one person and I'm one type of person, and I have a particular style that might resonate with some of you, but it might not work for others. And I just think that if we can create a platform just to be able to have a conversation about what is working, because with all the tops that I've figured out that work for me, it's really only been through trial and error, and also because of what's been available. So I just think that, we have to know ourselves and we have to look at style as a journey. So I hope you will join me next week, and we're going to be looking at jumpers that are classic, elegant and fun.